I did this commentary earlier, but I ended up ranting about lots of random stuff that I didn't want to talk about, and I went over the time limit of my video. So I'm starting over, and hopefully I can keep it quick and stay on topics to some extent, even though that's practically impossible. Alright, I'm going to talk about the submachine gun called the Peacekeeper. It's the new one that they released with this new DLC, and I'm also going to talk about the multiplayer maps. And that guy died, and I thought it was really funny. I giggled a little bit. But I love when they put stuff that can kill people in the environment of the maps because it's just, I like it. So as you can see, I immediately start off and run around the left side of the map just trying to flank them as much as I can. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the guns and the maps. So this gun, the Peacekeeper, it's good. It's not overpowered. A lot of people are worried about it being overpowered. They're like, oh, they're going to make it super good so that you have to buy the gun in order to keep up with everyone else, and so they make money. But no, I was never really worried about that because the reason they've never made a weapons map pack, or not a map pack for weapons DLC, a weapons pack, is because they didn't want to make it so that you had to pay extra money in order to like maintain and keep a competitive level, or like they didn't want to make people have an upper hand just who paid money. Which is super nice. So I thought this gun was sort of going to be like a joke gun, like pretty bad, like the MP44 from COD 4, if you know what that was. It was like this piece of, yeah, it just wasn't that good. But they didn't make it a joke gun. It's pretty decent. It's well-rounded. It's not overpowered. It's not underpowered. It's a good gun. It's fun to use. It's a submachine gun, and as you know, most of the submachine guns are pretty dang good in this game in general, just because the maps are pretty tight and because the stats of the submachine guns are really good. And it also, like, it feels like an assault rifle mixed with a submachine gun. That's exactly what they intended for. That's what they want it to be, and they did a great job. So it's really mobile. You move fast with it. It feels light. Like, it pulls up quickly. Like, you would think you were with a submachine gun. And as you can see, the game starts lagging and hitting these lag spikes and like glitching back and forth every like 30 or 40 seconds or something, which sucks because I end up dying during one of those. I probably would have died anyways, but just because it was lagging, that just gives me an excuse to think that the gods are out against me, and it pissed me off really bad. You know, like if you die from something stupid like a noob tube, you get pissed even if there were 8 kids out around the corner that were going to kill you anyways. And that's sort of what happened. Alright, so this gun's good. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, so like you can shoot from the hip, like fire, like use it as a submachine gun rush, but you can also aim in and get some long range shots, which people might be like, well, that actually kind of does sound overpowered, but it's not really. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It feels sort of like the MSMC a little bit. That's probably what I describe it as, like, but I don't know. I don't think there's going to be an issue with it being overpowered. It might be annoying because you're going to die by a ton the next little while because everyone's using it. It just came out. But like when I had a 4-bar, like I could really shoot from the hip and use that as a submachine gun and assault rifle. But when I dropped down to worse connections like 3-bar or whatever, it honestly felt like I was having a hard time at close range. Like my bullets didn't feel like they were really hitting or maintaining target, which just happens with worse connection. But it felt like it was worse with this gun than some. And like I was having a really hard time shooting from the hip and whatnot with 3-bar. But that's alright. I mean, it's a good gun, like 0 recoil, long range and whatnot. But, okay, now I'm talking about the maps. The maps are amazing. Normally I don't say that about DLC maps. Normally I'm like, okay, these are alright, like whatever. But they feel great. They switched it up a little. They feel more long range than a lot of the previous maps. Not like Sniper LMG, like let's sit and camp, but like, I don't know, it was great for flank routes, which I love doing, obviously. And then they just felt good, and you actually had to use your aim at a decent range instead of just spraying from the hip or like shotgunning or something. The whole team just won there. But I love the maps, and I never say that, so I would recommend them. If you like just got the game, probably don't get the map pack because you're not sick of anything yet. But if it's getting a little bit old maybe, or even if it's not and you've just played it a lot, you should switch. And I die right here while it's glitching out and rage induced. But whatever. So in general, I'd definitely get the map pack. It's great. They did a wonderful job. I'm sure Zombies is going to be awesome also. So get it, got it good. Unless you just got the game or something, or you don't really care about maps and don't get it just for the gun.